Now, it is an overall, but he's not wearing overalls. What a very confusing name. Nope, okay.
Tough crowd. How we doing tonight, everybody?
Hell yeah.
Yes. Do we have any fight fans in the house tonight? Any fight fans? Yeah, we got a couple. Okay. My father was actually a professional fighter. He was undefeated. He just wasn't very decorated. He only ever had one opponent, but he beat the shit out of her every time, and it was my mother. Now that makes him sound like a bad guy. My father was actually a great guy. He was just an addict. Not only was he addicted to beating my mother, but he was very addicted to pills, very addicted. And I remember this one time, I'm at a supervised visit. My father got supervised visits under his mother because he showed up to custody court high on cocaine. And during one of these supervised visits, his hooker friend that he was in jail with came up to me and was like, "I offered to suck your dad's dick in jail for a pill." And he was disgusted. He was like, "Ugh, I'd rather have the pill." He was a good guy. He was a family man. He was such a family man that there was this one time I got dehydrated. I'm deathly sick. I have to go to the hospital. While I'm in the hospital, my father calls the cops on my mother. She had a warrant out for arrest. I'm deathly sick, throwing up, and I watch my mother get drugged out of the room, and I'm just bawling, crying. And I remember my father looking over to me and being like, "Son, stop being a pussy." He was a good man. He was an addict, though. I remember me and my brother had two contingency plans for when my dad would be too high. First one was a flip phone cell phone. It had one number on it. It only had my grandmother's. Anytime we would call her, that meant my dad was too high. She needed to come get us. Second one was me and my brother had this deadly weapon. We had towels that we would practice flicking each other with to kill this drugged up baboon if need be. So this one time, my mom, my dad are upstairs arguing. Me and my brother are hid in the bathroom under this deadly weapon. My mom and my dad are arguing upstairs, and I hear my mom say to my dad, she goes, "Jeffrey, you're the worst lay I've ever had." And then we heard my mom get thrown down the stairs. Boom, bang, crack. Her head hits the door, breaks the door. I remember saying to my brother, I've always used comedy to kind of cope with my trauma. And I was just like, "Dad's going bowling." If he didn't make it as a fighter, he'd have been a damn good bowler. I remember, finally my grandmother gets there. Thank the heavens. We run out the front door. We hurdle over my broken mother. Out the front door, we dolphin dive through the back window. My dad is chasing us full speed. This crowd is fucking horrified. He's chasing us full speed. He's like, "You're not taking my fucking kids." And he reaches through the front window, and my grandmother tases him, and he hits the pavement. Me and my brother start whipping him with the towels. Whipping him we whipped the fuck out of him with these towels. Until he died. No. He did end up in the hospital that same night, though. Overdosed, of course. Go figure. And I remember going up to him, and I was like, "Ugh," and he's just bawling his fucking eyes out. He's like, "Remember the night from before?" And I was disgusted. I went up to him, I was like, "Dad, stop being a pussy."